Today, the legal battle among three big parties, talking about APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, will come to an end as the Supreme Court will give its verdict. It's the judgment day, a decision day, and let's see how it goes. You're welcome to Bystanders at News 10 on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle is here with you to review what we have on these dailies. All right, we appreciate our viewers for joining us on today's edition of this program. Thank you all for the support. Thank you so much. All right, moving down to what we have today. Quickly to Daily Sun with Decision Day. Decision Day, I call it the Judgment Day. What's here? Let's see. Suspense as Supreme Court rules on ATIKU. OBI's petitions against TINUBU. Suspense as Supreme Court rules on ATIKU. OBI's petitions against President TINUBU. We have down the paper on page 2 of the Daily Sun paper. Inflation, devaluation drive Nigeria's money supply up to 66.4 trillion naira, says CBN. Now to the top of the paper, we have a story here. What's the story all about? Ethiopian Airlines opens up on Nigeria air deal. Ethiopian Airlines opens up on Nigeria air deal. Says no plans to kill domestic operators. Two other stories on the front page of this same paper. Senate considers bill seeking to bar CBN governor deputies from politics. Wow. Senate considers bill seeking to bar CBN governor deputies from politics. Of course, the former CBN governor, Emefiele, participated in the just concluded election. Talking about the 2023 election. Now moving down to another story. Tribunal upholds election of Tambuwa as senator for Sokoto South. Tribunal upholds election of Tambuwa as set as senator for Sokoto South. You can see this on page 29 of Daily Sun newspaper. On to the next one. So court nullifies selection of some others fresh process. Court nullifies selection of some others fresh process. Reps receive NEITI 2021 reports to probe 8 trillion naira unremitted oil revenue. And on foreign news, we have Israel insisting on resignation of UN Secretary General over comments of Gaza attacks. Israel insists on the resignation of UN Sec General over comments on Gaza attacks. Court dismisses suit of ExxonMobil against NMDPRA. To the next one, which is the Vanguard newspaper. Was the Vanguard saying on the front page? On its front page, we have presidential tussle. On the front page of Vanguard newspaper, presidential tussle. 7 Supreme Court justices, we will decide TINUBU, ATIKU, OBI's fate today. 7 Supreme Court justices who will decide TINUBU, ATIKU, OBI's fate today. Now, we have the pictures of the justices right on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Quickly to their names. We have Justice Uwani Abba Aji. Justice Uwani Abba. It's not a very clear picture here. We have the second Justice Inyad Okoro. Justice Inyad Okoro. We have another one, Justice Ibrahim Saulawa. Justice Ibrahim Saulawa. Justice Manuel Ajim. Another one, Justice Tijani Abubakar, followed by Justice Adamu Jero. We have another one here, Justice Mohammed Galba. These are the justices. I'm talking about the 7 justices that will decide on ATIKU, OBI, and the president himself, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, today. Let's see how it goes on that. Okay, moving on to another story. Still on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, Tinubu appoints 9 INEC resident electoral commissioners. Tinubu appoints 9 INEC resident electoral commissioners. All right, we have court sacks RCCG Pastor Gandhi as son of Ogbomoso. Court sacks RCCG Pastor Gandhi as son of Ogbomoso. To the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Okay, 8-month battle over. Tinubu's victory ends today. That's what we have on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. You can see it on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. 8-month battle over. Tinubu's victory ends today. I know many Nigerians are optimistic of their candidates' victory today at the Supreme Court, and we have our viewers also, optimistic, having hope on the judiciary. I know some of them will say there is no hope for some of the candidates, which I wouldn't want to mention here. Everybody, different folks with different strokes. Let's see how the judgment will go today. 8-month battle over Tinubu's victory ends today. Let's see if ATIKU will take the day. Let's see if OBI will take the day. And let's see if Bola Ahmed Tinubu will lead today. All right, to the top of the paper, we have Nigeria will be in deeper trouble if we don't cut waste, says Obaseki. Nigeria will be in deeper trouble if we don't cut waste, says Governor Obaseki. Court removes Gandhi as son of Ogbomoso, orders fresh selection process. Let's see other stories on the front page of the same paper. Okay, the pictures right here. Talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's picture, Atiku Abubakar's picture, and Peter Obi's picture. Now we have it, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress. Right here on the front page of Nigerian Tribune, the picture of Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, that's PDP, and the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the just concluded election. Talking about the 2023 election, you see their pictures on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And the last story we'll be reading to the viewers across the globe: 2,360 children killed in Gaza Strip. 2,360 children killed in Gaza Strip, says UNICEF. All right, to the next one, which is the comment section. Let's see what our viewers are saying. Some of the viewers are praising up for today's judgment. Let's see what the Supreme Court will say. Let's see the decision of the Supreme Court on today's hearing. It's the final judgment, and we hope the Supreme Court gives the right judgment. All right, Muki Great is saying good morning to us. We're saying good morning to Muki Great. Gladys Onyabo, thank you so much for joining us. Abu Africa Monsai, thank you so much. Jacob Adedeji, good morning. How is standing? We're saying good morning to you, Jacob Adedeji. Precious Ikedi, thank you so much. Andrew Ogunjimi, you're joining us today as well. King Henry, we appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us. Dutchman Pounds, we appreciate you. Taiwo Odunlade is here. Thank you so much. Enoma Osadiaye, thank you so much. Is that Ben Osadiaye? Okay, if it is Ben Osadiaye, I'm saying good morning to you and your wife, wherever you are watching us from. Thank you so much. In Spain, we are greeting you. United States of America, we are greeting you. UK, South Africa, China, Japan, everywhere you're watching us from. Thank you so much. It is the judgment day, the day of decision. Martin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Mega.
You're welcome on board. Yes. How do you feel about today?
Today is like ordinary any other day. Okay. But I understand that
But what makes it a spectacular one
in Nigeria?
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the judgment being expected from the Supreme Court regarding the petition of PDP and its candidates, ATIKU Abubakar, challenging the victory of Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu as declared by INEC.
Just concluded election.
Yes, and the one involving the B2B of Labour Party equally challenging the victory of Tinubu as declared by INEC.
Okay.
Now let me quickly say that, personally,
you always quickly say
I don't have interest, I don't have confidence and interest in Nigerian judicial system.
Wow.
What eroded my interest is the lack of confidence in Nigerian judicial system. We cannot forget the issue of Bukachiwa so quickly in a hurry. I mean Senator Bukachiwa, who accused the wife. It's not even an accusation, who made a revelation of how, as a senator, as a serving senator, he influenced the wife, who was at the time the vice president of Court of Appeal, to give judgment in favor of his colleagues. So for me, a country that have not been even able to deal with that individual by way of prosecuting him is not one should trust their judicial process. This is one that came to the fore. There are so many issues that happen that is not coming to the front burner, that's not coming to the open for people to know. So for me, I don't have confidence in Nigerian judiciary.
Now you said you don't have confidence in the Nigerian judiciary, but the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, are saying that they have that confidence in the Nigerian judiciary and they believe the court will serve the best judgments.
Watch what is happening after the judgment. They will tell you that they don't have confidence in the system. To be quite honest with you, we have to get a point where we need to amend our laws in such a way that the constitution should be in such a way that finish all litigation to the last level before the swearing in. Because once you swear in the president, there's automatic state capture. As it stands, whether I like it or not, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is the president, is the commander of the armed forces. Today, as we deploy security to the premises of the Supreme Court, they fall under the purview of the office of the president. If the IG, director of DSS, the Army Command, GOC commanding
security agents,
they are all under the office of the National Security Advisor, who directly reports to the president. So they are the one deploying security to the area. And Nigerian democracy is not mature to the extent where security agencies personnel would pay their allegiance to the constitution. What we have in Nigeria is they pay their allegiance to the man who is sitting on that seat. So to get to the point where you start, where men are concerned, so that you finish all litigation before swearing in, then you can have some level of confidence in the system.
All right, 7 Supreme Court justices will decide today. And I want to ask you a question. What is the hope of Peter Obi?
I don't want to speak about hope of Peter Obi because that is to prejudice the outcome of the case. Because let me tell you, if you go through the profile of, if you go through the profile of almost all the judges on that panel, people have served in at different levels of election petition, at the level of governorship, National Assembly, and Nigerians over time have spread dissatisfaction of how the judgment have always been. And these people that you have elevated to that level who will now determine this case. I don't have confidence in them, I must tell you. I don't have confidence in them. And you may say it's a guesswork, but why the rush to give this judgment? At the time, ATIKU is even still struggling to bring another evidence from the United States of America. So why the rush?
That was the question I wanted to.
Why don't you wait for that evidence to come? I understand that the court in America have said ATIKU did not meet all the criteria to release such documents. And who say ATIKU may not go back to look at the judgment and try to come up with another application that will meet all the requirements according to American law. So why they rush to give the judgment?
But after the
For me, I think it's a kind of trying to ambush ATIKU.
Are you sure? Because after the court hearing,
they want to give judgment and he brings any document. It's no longer serving any purpose in this round of litigation.
So you're suspecting.
I'm thinking that they want to ambush ATIKU.
They want to ambush ATIKU. But even if he brings up a fresh evidence, is it admissible?
No, once they are giving judgment, you can only initiate another, maybe another litigation. But if it borders on the same thing, they will tell you that it is a waste of time and it does not have merit, and that you cannot subject a man to double jeopardy, that the man will be tried and discharged in the before. So for me, the rush, I see it as a way to ambush ATIKU.
But are you aware that on Monday, after the court hearing, there was a statement that before the 5th of November, the information of today will be released. Are you aware?
But the judges are not equally unaware of ATIKU's attempt to get another document from America. So even as I'm aware of their intention to release the date, the judges are not equally unaware of ATIKU's intention to get, though it may not be to the official knowledge of the judges, even as he was equally pursuing the Chicago issue in America, it was not in the official knowledge of the court, but the whole world knew he was there looking for a document. In the same vein, I think the judges should be aware that ATIKU was trying to get some document from America. So I feel it's a way to ambush him.
And do you think the Chicago State University records that was released will be considered at the Supreme Court today?
No. You know, the way they do litigation in Nigeria, if you have objection to an issue, they will allow you to present your case, and they will carry it along with the substantive issue. So that the day they will be giving judgment, they will first of all give judgment on the objection, then they will not give judgment on the substantive issue. So all the argument for whether they should admit the document or not have been argued. The argument of whether the statement, the document is forged, that is the argument that whether this document Mr. President submitted to INEC is forged or not have been argued. So I think the court, or rather the judges, will give judgment one after the other as they commence today.
Okay, and do you think these Supreme Court justices will do the right thing? Looking at their pictures here.
The Bible says, "Woe to him that put a trust in man." I don't know. I don't have trust in. I cannot put my trust in the man.
You cannot put your trust in them, right?
The Bible says, "Woe to him that put his trust in man."
We are talking about, but we are talking about.
Bible, I believe the scripture. So me, I cannot believe. I just told you the story of Bukatiwa. Zainab Bukatiwa, who was, I think, the vice president of the Court of Appeal. How a serving senator Bukatiwa, said he influenced his wife to give judgment in favor of his colleagues. Is it not the same Nigerian judicial system? I don't know whether recently he was in a court to ask the court to protect him, that he has a level of privilege over what he said during that validatory session. And the court made it to decide that your privilege do not extend to what you said.
All right.
And we are seeing that senator working freely. And he wants me to put my trust in judges.
All right, this Matthew is a very funny man. That's what Odunlade is saying here. Matthew is a funny man, and we have Moki Great saying that no case, Matthew, no case. I think the victory goes to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's what.
No, you are the one president.
No, that's what.
I don't know.
No. You don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Now get me now. That's what Odunlade and Moki are saying here. No case to answer.
Maybe they have access to classified information. Let me speak directly to Taiwo Odunlade. Mr. Taiwo Odunlade is the environment over there in London. I understand from what we are reading, Mr. Mike is reading from the comment section. Maybe you have access to some classified information. I understand you are a close ally of the people in government, but personally, I do not have access to what you have access to. So you may be speaking from a privileged point of view. But I understand that in Nigeria, even as we are saying we do not have confidence in Nigeria judicial system, that it is prejudice to extrapolate what the outcome of the judgment will be.
I think you have a supporter here, Demian Osas, telling you that Mr. Matthew, no need to argue, leave them alone. Now you should leave Wookie Great and Odunlade alone. I think that's
no, if I want Odunlade to throw jab at me, I will attack you.
All right,
if I want to be on the same page with him, maybe I should say things that good things about the government.
Okay.
That I cannot help. That does not mean if the government does the right thing, we say it. But if we see anything the government is doing that is wrong, and we feel that if we follow the other way, it's better we say it.
All right, King Yoba telling you that. Good morning, the chairman of Iyendeba.
No, where is David?
All right, we are one big family. That's why I like Odunlade Taiwo. Yes, we are one big family. Okay, let's quickly move down to another story here. Court sacks RCCG pastor Gende of. That's Gende as son of Obomoso. What's really happened, Matthew? This is the person that was installed.
Mr. Mike, I will tell you that I don't really know what happened, but for me, I was surprised when this man left a position of honor where he was serving in the vineyard of God as a pastor with the Christian Church of God in the United States of America. I've read his version of the story where he said he approached Adeboye, who gave him the nod to venture into the stew. But let me quickly say that it is more honorable to work for God compared to the stew he was occupying before this court judgment. Because you understand that when the
is that seat not of God?
He's not working for God in that capacity.
God is not a religious person. Or you say Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you why I'm saying it.
When I'm saying this.
But let me tell you why I'm saying. You will still tell me why you are saying your own. The Bible made us to understand. He said,
as a Christian, the Bible makes you to understand.
Yes. No, I'm not the only Christian on this earth.
No,
I'm speaking on behalf of Christians.
Not as Muslims.
Us.
Because Muslims will say the Quran.
No, I'm not speaking for Muslims. Okay. I'm speaking, if I say us, I'm speaking for Christians. He said, ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit come upon you. I be my witness in Jerusalem, in Judea, Samaria, and to the uttermost part of the earth. And there was a place where Jesus Christ was saying that the labor is much, but the laborers are few. He was going to want to send more laborers into the vineyard. So a laborer that is already in the vineyard should not be the one leaving the vineyard to take a stew, a traditional stew. Rather, to pray for more laborers to come into the vineyard. So from that point, I'm saying it's more honorable. And apart from that, if God honors you and you are serving the vineyard, as an individual, you may have another perception. As an individual, I see that as the highest honor.
Okay, Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate you for coming on board. I think that this is the top story we have here. The due date. All right.
That's you. And you also quoting Bible verses. You see?
Okay, like we have it on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. 8-month battle over. Tinubu's victory ends today. That's what the Nigerian Tribune is saying.
Finally.
So be prepared.
Finally. It has begun. And I can tell you, I've been listening to the ruling so far. The oppositions are getting it woto, left, right, center.
Woto, in what way?
The judges have started.
Your principal's victory, to me, is negotiable.
No, it's not. No, listen.
I won't say it's not negotiable because we have it here.
I am telling you the real-time, reports, situation reports.
Okay.
Right now in the Supreme Court, OBI and ATIKU are sweating right under their armpits because they are collecting woto from the judges. They told them that you not get case, now they go America, go and look for rats. You guys are not serious. You people are just set of confused lots. Because you lost an election, you want to pull down this country. You see, today is the judgment day. Today is a day that a lot of things will finally be open. And people will, gather wherever headquarters they are to give salute to the master strategists of Nigerian politics. A man whom the best president, Agwebi Abasanjo, has given credit to be the biggest and the greatest politician in Nigeria's existence. We must, as a matter of fact and evidence, accept defeat. We must, as a human, and for the sanctity of our unity, accept defeat. We must, as Nigerians with a brighter future, accept defeat and move on. The likes of ATIKU and OBI, who are trying to return us back to the dark age of military. Because if you recall, immediately after February 25, we saw majority of their supporters going to the Nigerian army, saying that they should come and take over. I have never seen such a treasonable act before. How dare them go to the military and say that because your supposed Messiah, who never before now had the political weight to defeat a political juggernaut, a political master strategist, a politician who has over the years worked with the best president, which we never had, Abiola.
Don't forget, the dollar is over 1,000 now.
We will talk about dollar. We are talking about we will talk about dollar. Listen, we will talk about dollar. Let's talk about the politics first. We'll talk about dollar. But let's talk about the politics first. The question is, the Supreme Court were the same. The judiciary were the same person that overturned Habo's election. PDP did not go out there to crowdfund. The same court overturned Elumelu's election and they gave it to a Labour Party guy. The same appeal court overturned APC election in Eti-Osawana. They returned it back to the Labour Party because they were able to provide empirical evidence that serves our jurisprudence. You don't go to a pro party. America will not dictate what we do in our country. We must respect our sovereignty, our jurisprudence, our democracy. It's an ongoing process. We will not impose the standard of America on our well-being, on our nation being, and we must have that clarity of thought that this is where we are. Are you with me? So as it were, they are collecting woto in that Supreme Court. It has started. They are calling, when they call a student out that, hey, you come here, why did you come late? Oh yeah, whoosh. That's what they have done to Obi. Obi just collected about 3 strokes right now. ATIKU is the next on the line. We in the TINUBU camp, we are laughing at them. You know how they would have defeated this man if they had worked together. I said something yesterday, I want to restate it now. If Obi does not go back to those that breastfed him, PDP breastfed Obi, they breastfed him, they taught him politics. If he does not go back to where he learnt it, to where he graduated, of course we can see that Obi now has a loud voice because PDP has been able to train him. Sort of. He needs to return back. A man who doesn't know where he's coming from, you know what will happen? You know what will happen now? There's a song that says that if you don't know where you're coming from, you are lost. You know what? You are lost. Obi has to go back to PDP and work with his master. Till tomorrow, Obi agrees and alludes that Atiku is his master.
You said something before we commenced this program. You said if Obi and Atiku had worked together in the same party, under the same platform,
Yes,
they would have defeated Ashwad Bola-Tinubu.
let me tell you, nobody hijacks a plane from outside. Nobody. The only party that has the capacity, okay, that has the financial muscle, that has the what? Political spread. You know when you spread butter on bread, you know say if the bread no reach, some part of the bread no go sweet. You guys to get enough bread, enough butter. PDP has that butter. But Atiku, you know what Obi did? He hijacked some part of it. But I don't blame him because it was Atiku that betrayed them, by the way. Ordinarily, the Southeast should have a representative for presidential aspirants. But Atiku came and I hijacked it. But here they are today, they have to go back to their vomit. The question is, if Obi does not return, his political career sokpe odilo. You understand me? If they had worked together, all the votes Obi got in the Southeast would have been for PDP, irrespective of whether it's Atiku. It would have been for who? PDP. They would have had nothing less than 10 million votes. And TINUBU would have been a what? No, non-issue. But immediately, that TINUBU saw that, Obi when your enemies are confused, you don't call them back. You allow them to dance their Willow Lokomba. And this is what they did. Obi has discovered that he shouldn't have done what he did. But of course, he can go out there and say all sorts of things. I would like Obi to become the next Showore, Let him lead protest. I will join him. Let him lead, good governance. I will join him. I'll be a part of that cause. But for him to become the president, he needs to build the bridges. If you don't build up bridges, we have two rivers. We have river Benue. We have river Niger. If you don't build those two bridges, if you don't have that handshake, you can see that Obi tried to do the bridges across Benue, but in Niger, it got sunk. Across the Niger, that's when you now go to all those corners of the side. That is where the fuel in his vehicle got finished, and then they dealt with it.
Now you said TINUBU is a master strategist. Is this, is that. Now I expect him to use that strategy, to make the country viable.
Now let me
live.
help.
And I expect him to use that strategy he said he has. I get him in now to make the poor breathe.
Thank you. Let me help.
Let
me help your. Let me help your.
Of TINUBU
let me help. Let me help your. Let me help your. Let me help.
Nigerians are still complaining.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity, and let me help deepen your understanding.
Don't forget, he said he was prepared.
Let me help your understanding on governance.
All right.
There was one man who said he wants to take Nigeria from consumption to production. If a man wants to give you a cloth, you look at the cloth. Obi, all his life, has imported 90% of the products he sells. Because he has had access to cheaper dollar. Do you know that if dollar had always been expensive, OBI would have deemed it fit to build a local factory? Do you know that if dollar had been way more expensive than what it was, it would have deemed it fit to build at least a what? A nylon factory. Everybody knows that it was OBI that was shouting consumption to production. Consultant to production, and meanwhile, he's a container economist. All he knows is container coming to Nigeria. They kept us in this unproductive era that we find ourselves. Now, let me tell you why dollar is wanted. It is like a man who has been walking in the shadow, naked, but because there's no light around, thinks it's covered. But at the end of the day, someone brings a torchlight and beams the light on him. You know what happens? His nakedness becomes seen. Nigeria has been walking in its shadow naked, but because the subsidy of dollar was in darkness, that kept us in that shadow.
You sound like a politician.
We have lived. Are you feeling me? We have lived a false life. There's a country called Indonesia. Indonesia does not have 100% electricity. But Indonesia does not supply subsidized dollar to all and sundry. We have textile factories that are run by manual labor in Indonesia. You know why? Because their dollar is not subsidized. Indonesia is closer to China than Nigeria. Indonesia can easily go to China and import fabrics. But because the dollar wasn't subsidized, and it wasn't open up for every all and sundry to access. For as long as we subsidize our dollar, we can never, because we can never understand the idea that we should manage it. But we have been managing it since 1983. This issue of subsidizing dollar started in the 1980s. And that was when our productivity began to decline. In the 60s, in the 50s, in the early 70s, we were productive because we never thought about subsidizing dollar. And that was when IMF was scared of the naira. They said naira was becoming too powerful. Do you get the point? When we had that drastic turnaround was when we started defending the dollar. We now deem it fit that that dollar, let it be as available to every son. If Lucky, who should be in Edo cultivating yam, but because of cheap dollar, it will now import yam.
Nigeria perish.
But listen, Nigeria, we need a drastic paradigm shift. And I am so glad that this man has garnered that confidence to ensure it took that, that decision. That this dollar must not be subsidized anymore going forward.
But why the rush? This is the time ATIKU.
Why not the rush? Your dollar has been subsidized since 1980. Your dollar has always been subsidized since 1980. You guys did not become productive. Okay, should we wait until Nigeria crumble and turn to Venezuela before we say that, everything don't bust? Don't we have the capacity to feed ourselves?
Your brother not.
Don't we have the capacity to grow our tomatoes, our corn? Because the dollar is subsidized. Listen, as a local manufacturer, you don't want to go into dollar business. You want to go to your farm and plant tomatoes and plant maize. But when a rich man has access to cheap dollar, he will not go and buy it from China. China has the economies of scale to beat my whole local production.
China money is even bigger than
and at the end of the day, I will be beaten out of the business.
Guys, somebody saying something here. Nigeria is not a producing country.
Nigeria will become productive because we have removed the dollar subsidy.
Abi also has said that expect dollar at 2,000 by December.
When dollar becomes 2,000, we will
But
cannibalize.
the man
We-
there
Listen,
like
listen,
bribing.
listen,
The man there
listen. We are
like
not talking
bribing.
about yam here. We are not talking about yam.
Like bribing. That's
If
why
dollar,
it's
if dollar becomes 2,000 today, the question is, the years you have enjoyed subsidy regime, what did you use for it?
We never enjoy
The only person that took advantage of subsidy dollar,
subsidy.
I think I can count it with my 5 hands. Dangote, Bua, the man that holds flour mills. You understand? And then maybe some other little manufacturing companies. Now dollar don't go. They say we don't want subsidized dollar. Now if you want subsidized dollar, you must be a manufacturer.
Now,
If you call yourself a businessman, you are inside computer village. All you do now, you go to China because you have access to small dollar. You go China, and then let me produce torch. Instead of you to come to Nigeria, invest in your people. Oh yeah, I'm going to produce this thing.
Niyi, this is not a history class. That's what Blessed One is telling you. Michael, this is not
They
history
will
class.
not because
Tell
because-
Niyi.
they will not because
Niyi
their
not
business
understand.
around
Niyi just one way person.
their business is all about
Niyi
what?
deceiving Nigeria. Don't deceive people.
When your business is all around importation, you will not like the government.
Now, back to the judgment.
Listen.
Okay.
The farmers in the north, to God who made me, are the happiest persons.
Who told you that? Did you see them
You
for farm?
are not a farmer. You are supposed to be
You
a
see
farmer
them
anyway.
for farm?
You are supposed to be
They're
a
not
farmer, but
farming.
you can't Lagos go
Because
to
of
do
Boko Haram.
agents.
Because of
Listen,
bandits.
the happiest people today are the local producers.
They are farming, they're not seeing.
All along, what they have wanted is subsidy to be removed on dollar. Did you know that if Awolowo, may God bless his memory, had not, built that courage to say Coca-Cola come to Nigeria and come and be producing, do you know that we'll still be importing Coca-Cola? And the numbers of jobs, the numbers of revenue that we are getting from Coca-Cola will not be there.
Back to the judgment day, the decision day. Nigerians are asking this question. Why is the judgment so fast?
Why is this when the judgment was the stop interrupting.
Is it at this point that ATIKU is seeking for TINUBU's
Mr. Mike,
documents
Mr. Mike,
that
in
is
the
why.
United States of
Do you-
America?
do you-
That's the reason why.
do you remember?
That's why the four judges withdraw.
Why are you
Four judges
covering
withdraw.
us?
No,
Why are you
wait.
blocking me? Why are you blocking me?
Do you recall that when
Why are you blocking me?
ATIKU was in Chicago State University,
Okay.
do you recall appeal court extended their time?
It's a lie. Why are they rushing?
Have you forgotten so
Just
soon?
2
But this
days.
is Supreme, the apex court.
Have you forgotten so soon? When ATIKU was in Chicago State University, they were supposed to hold their hearing. They said, no, let us extend it. And ATIKU had a lot of time. So you can now be
They're
false
asking you why is he rushing?
evidence. Not
Why the
enough.
judge is rushing?
He brought it.
Let them put to a mud.
They saw it, nothing tangible. And now they are complaining because the election, the ruling is being expedited. You see, the opposition, as they are, when person don't spoil, now to the other way we go take.
No, they are rushing. Why is he rushing now?
Minister of Yam, someone is attacking you here.
Okay.
Sir,
Niyi, please don't mind Minister of Yam.
Okay, good.
No,
Don't worry. Don't worry.
No,
Looking great.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Okay, great. Kudos. Minister of Yam,
But today,
ordinarily, is not productive in Lagos.
are you productive?
All he's doing is being a middleman, trying to scalp people, exploit people. He should be in Benin cultivating
you are
yam,
telling lies.
and he should be a big man by now. But he's here in Lagos, doing a middleman.
Me.
I get that.
Don't deceive
You
Nigeria.
go to the real people that hold it. Oh yeah, add 5,000. Is that productive?
You don't
Oh
deceive
no.
Nigeria. Don't deceive Nigeria. They ask you a question. Why is he so worried now? Because you know the document will still come out. Then
Okay.
you answer him.
Okay.
That's the question they ask
Should
you.
we extend?
Don't
Okay. My
ask
question
them
is,
lies.
Mr. Mike, before I leave,
Why is it
my
now?
question is, should the Supreme Court extend it to
A month.
2025?
I want the FBI case to come out.
No, should they extend it? No, should they extend it to 2025? Are you okay by that? Should they extend it to 2025?
Let's see for the other side what happened to FBI.
All right,
Everything.
Niyi, thank you. What
Don't mind me.
you said you wanted to say something about sound of
You don't have anything to say again. Yeah, just don't start
Well,
deceiving people.
no. We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
Let's
later.
end up-
Don't let
Alright,
Niyi come and listen to me. Listen, come.
Niyi, don't go far.
See, I want to be straight this morning.
Okay.
I want to be straight this morning. See, good morning, my viewers.
Okay.
Everybody, God bless you.
Okay.
My name is Loke Yaguna. I don't have a Lagos. Mr. Yam. See, for me, if those 7 judges are from Togo, from Burkina Faso, I have no some mind. I will tell you like. Let's say to the
Why?
Mike, you know, in this country, 4 judges retire, 4 judges withdraw, but they don't want to speak the truth.
Yes.
All this will be bribe. What do you expect? Man, as a boss, will I insult you? As you are now, how much will you pay me salary? Will I insult you? APC appoint all the judges.
Are you telling us that the judiciary is not independent?
But no. TINUBU just appointed 9 commissioners. What do you expect? Before they appoint you, there must agreement. You must do my bidding. That is it. So do you expect this 7 judges to say today, TINUBU, you didn't win that election? Nigeria will just at the womb. I don't see any judge that will say technicality will play today. They'll say ATIKU wait for the next 4 years. And you can challenge TINUBU with that CAC. Simple. That is it. How is it going around? There's no judge that will tell you today. Look, why are they in a hurry? You ask me a question now. Why the judges in a hurry? Why don't at least a month? We have some cases who spend more than 16 years. Supreme Court have not been able to even deliver. Cases are there now with them. Now you just want to at least.
Don't you think it's a vital case?
It's a vital case. They at least ATIKU went to FBI and said want to get the document which FBI said they're going to produce. Now TINUBU went to the court and stopped it. Now ATIKU have gone back again to at least to appeal again. Now the judges want to rush and deliver today. I have told you, no matter anything, there is no way the judges can say, ATIKU, you are the winner of this election, or OBI, you are the winner of this election. You see, let me tell you, Nigeria is corrupt. The judiciary is corrupt. Many things have gone down the drain. Don't forget the budget, it makes almost 700 billion to the judiciary. So they all laugh, except those 4 who withdraw. That the people, they don't want to even take part. So that's it. So today's judgment is gone. TINUBU have won. Thank you for the evidence. What I'm telling you.
The evidence that you could tendered. With the evidence.
Oh my God!
You're saying today's judgment is gone.
I ask you a question. Uzodema was number 4 during election time. Number 4, not number 1, number 2, number 3. The judges, could I put Uzodema there and give one technicality? Number 4. But today, rest assured that TINUBU. That's why you see them. Yesterday, TINUBU appoint 9 red commissioners. 9. So they have shown you, Oga Baba, Magbelo. But what I'm telling you, for 8 months now, or 6 months now, TINUBU to Lule, he has come down. Nothing is happening. See, let's say the truth. Okay, if you win election, you don't win election, do something for the people. That's what they're saying. Something should be happening. Not dollar going to 3,000 naira. Dollars today, 1,300. Is it the best thing? Nigga is telling me to go to farm. Just it is not at the best people who farm. How many what are they producing? Because they can't go to farm. You go to farm with soldiers and police. Is that the right thing? Do you know how many people they are killing every day? The man should do something.
All right, thank you so much, Lucky. Thank you so much.
You are free to talk election. The judiciary have been bought, which everybody knows. If those judiciary from Togo, Burkina Faso, Malaysia, you see Nigeria be jubilating today. But with those 7 judges, today they have been settled. They have been settled.
Will you relocate back to Edo if TINUBU wins?
What will you leave that one?
Well, go leave that one. Complain, man. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm cute. I'm okay.
All right.
Good morning, viewers. Good morning.
All right.
And sorry to Mr. Michael. There's one Uche Genius. I think people should caution him because all this is hip-hop centric that is still working in his vein. He has to take care of this. You should mind the way, you should mind the way to construct the speeches against someone. We are all matured men and we are all married men. We are all fathers. So if he has not grown beyond that, the hip-hop centric, which some of them have, they should apply decorum. That's me. It's an ethnic bias.
All right.
Uche Genius is an ethnic bias. It's been almost talking of 7 months now. But he faded up the other time and he came back again. And I'm sure those are the guys, the hype up, they need to go after. Uche Genius, I'm calling him out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Kunle is the Judgment Day, and we are experiencing it today. 8 months battle over today. What do you expect from the judiciary?
What I expect from the judiciary is for them to come with a clean hand, and I can see them coming with a clean hand because you know the country we have now, the youth's mind has been polarized, has been diluted to the extent if nothing comes their way, if any judgment does not come their way, they bribe the judge. They giving bribe to judge, they bought up the judge. But if it comes their way, it's a good judgment. An example, when the courts in America granted ATIKU access to CSU result of TINUBU, they found it. Now, when the court blocked the FBI from releasing every document, which is a normal way, is the normal practice in America. You have no right to release somebody else's documents. If we oblige with you that release it, that is when the document is with the FBI, and FBI have not declared him wanted. So third party will now not come and put himself as a authority to come and demand it for what he's not even qualified to demand for. So to me, you see the hatred in this land, the hatred in this place we are alone can never make some people progress. And why is you started from haters to show yourself as haters of humanity. And it's only in this circle, it's only in this palace, I will see that a tribal bigot will be a pointing figure to another person that is a tribal. I mean, it happens. It happens.
No, it's quite obvious that there's phobia everywhere now.
Yes.
Concerns regards this judgment.
The judgment, there won't be any phobia. Everybody will listen out and hear the judge verdict, and you go back to your home if you want to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, I mean, the power that be, that there's a place that will take care of that.
We have 7 justices that will be making decisions today, and the Labour Party, talking about the leadership of the Labour Party and the PDP, have expressed confidence
that they will give the judgment. And let's wait and see. In the next 2 hours now, the judgment will be over. So to me, but they've told you guys, but I'm expecting nothing that will come out that will be different from what's it called, the preliminary court they went to. Tribunal there. So I'm expecting nothing but the same follow-up of the verdict they gave to those people. Because actually, ATIKU and OBI ought to have listened, yields the advice, yields the instruction of the Supreme Court that we don't want technicalities. Come and prove how you win election. Come and prove how your what's it called 6.85 or so ATIKU got, that it was not his actual result he had. Let OBI come and point out how he was robbed with the 6 million votes, 6 million plus votes. Let him come and explain. Not like this one, Chicago University declared him this thing. That one, that is ara nonsense. That's what's it called? Femi Kuti will say. That's just ara nonsense.
All right, we have Baker saying something here. Baker Miller, FBI no get anything against Ashwaju, na mischief makers. They at work.
Thank you very much.
How come same FBI no get papers about ATIKU on
Alibotin? Oh, this guy is very, very sound and learned and is updated. I think he needs to start teaching the rest of those the viewers that are there. The Alibotin case, in which William Jefferson consumed, that Alibotin case consumed William Jefferson. And Jefferson was a Senate member, House of the Senate in America. He was a member of the Senate. That conviction sent William Jefferson to jail. Atiku was declared non-personal guard tax in America that could not, enter America until Atiku used the influence of Bukola Saraki, the former Senate president, and he used the influence of Trump that can accommodate anything. So far, his money is counting. So they lodge in his hotel in New York, and they use that the Senate president diplomacy to go and lodge in there, But what I'm now saying now is same article now that now has got to be going to America or sending his lawyer to America to go and start fine checking, check facts, checking some documents. I don't know. The people that are supposed to be behind the bar, they are free, moving freely, working freely. Jefferson is still in jail now. William Jefferson. While our own article is, and it was being discovered that Jefferson, immediately our vice president left the office, left his chamber, he went home straight, he stacked Naira into his freezer. Those FBI said they've given up that this guy is, one of them just went back and checked the freezer and they saw stack of dollars, pure prints, mints, dollars. So the country now, if you don't take time, armed robber will be coming to accuse an innocent person that is saying, and we are saying it here. We are saying the criminals of all criminals.
Can you drop the link at the comment section to let's open the call lines. Let's open the call lines.
To me, somebody that does not have a clean hand, I don't really believe in them coming for equity. And that's Nigeria for you. You see a charcoal man that's been stained with charcoal who wants to turn himself to a clean kettle. A charcoal kettle that's been stained already. We want to turn himself to a clean kettle, which is not possible. It's not possible.
All right,
OBI now is talking production. How many productive companies do you have there? All your your nest, what you soak there, what you pack there are imported goods. 80%, 70% of it are imported goods. And the Nigerian has to be productive before you can move forward. So before you castigate someone or before you malign someone, check yourself in the mirror. Are you better off? Are you better off? Are you God? Are you God that created everyone? So it's the nemesis that is catching on with anybody that is doing that.
Thank you so much. All right. We appreciate you for coming on board. And quickly to Charles. Charles, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, to contribute on this program, you can click on the link in the comment section. There's a link at the comment section. Please click on the link to contribute on the program. You can also watch us on our sister channel, Flip TV Plus, as well as Facebook at Flip TV NG. Flip TV NG. You can watch us live on Facebook and our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. Thank you so much. All right, Charles, you're welcome.
Good morning, all our viewers. King Henry, God bless you. A great man. Thank you very much. Stop and chop. Have fun. Is Mookie Grace still there? Good morning.
Continue.
Give me your question.
All right, yeah. We're talking about the Supreme Court's judgment today on ATIKU, OBI, and TINUBU. How far do you think this will go? And do you think the Supreme Court will give the best judgment?
Well, once again, good morning to all our viewers all over the world. My name is Charles. I am here standing to hear my own opinion and to say my own view on the case that's about to go on today. Today is the final judgment there at Supreme Court, between the PDP, the APC, and the Labour Party. Well, we are very, very much happy, but the point still remains that the judges and the justices that are there to hold down these final judgments today should always remember that posterity will always remember them for good, and posterity will always remember them for bad, depending on the way the judgment goes. The point still remains this, the main point is this. Today, about millions and millions, the destiny of millions of Nigerians are in the hands of these justices. So whatever you do today will neither put the country in order nor destroy the country. So you have to be very, very careful on the way you bring out your judgments. We know, but my appeal to Nigerians, whatever the judgment is going to, whatever the case is going to be, and whatever the judgment the judges want to give us, we have to accept it by faith. Are you getting me? Because there's no need. If it is ATIKU that win, fine. If it is TINUBU that win, fine. If it is OBI that is going to win, fine. All I'm saying is that the aggrieved candidates should always go back and put their houses in order. Ask yourself, where are those loopholes? Where have I been able to go that I do not do well, so that you'll be able to start preparing, strategizing yourself based on the forthcoming election? But Nigerians, the judges and the justices that will preside over these cases, remember, the destinies of Nigerians are in your hands. And always remember, you can only eat millions of naira today and forget tomorrow. You can be hungry tomorrow. Posterity, and it's always good. A lot of people, important people have been remembered even to death because of how good they were. People like Nelson Mandela is being remembered for the good things that they're able to put in place for his country. So always do things that average Nigerians will always call his children unborn kids. Once upon a time, there was a time there was a judge and justices in Nigeria that were able to give us a very good judgment, irrespective of whatever has happened. And they were served as one of the best judges in our time.
Now, away from that, let's move down to the 9 electoral commissioners. They were appointed by the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 9 states get new president electoral commissioners. And what advice would you give to them, looking at the way we went about the previous election in the country, due to the lack, I'm talking about based on the failure of the Independent National Electoral Commission, I'm talking about INEC.
We are every now and then, appointment has been the order of the day in this our regime. Appointing is a welcome development. But what matters most, the people you are putting in power, are they actually professionally in line with whatever you are putting them to? Or you just appoint people based on you want to compensate them, give what they call political compensation? We are still battling with some of the issues. I believe by now, election, even the INEC that were appointed or put in place, they would have held on with most of these things, because we are still on the faces of Nigerians are not even smiling on the issues of what happened in the last general election. You appointing the next and the president and coming again to appoint another electoral commissioners or electoral members into INEC. We are still crying that what happens during the last election was not duly fixed. Do you want to tell me that most of the people that were there during the last general election in February have them been terminated? Have their contract been terminated? The answer to that is no. Most of them are still there. So these people should spare us. The problem of Nigerians is hunger. Nigerians are dying. You cannot come to this place and start giving different people appointment. I can only boast of this government. I can only boast of these politicians. When they will go to a street of Ogba here and pick somebody from nowhere and say you have this, that is one. When you look at most of this appointment that is going on, either this person has held this particular position before and they have to change portfolio. The thing was just moving within themselves. So what are we saying? It's just a rotation of a thing. I am waiting for a time and a period of time where most of these people will go to a street of Agege, a street of different streets in Nigeria here, and pick a man, a carpenter's son, and pick a mechanic's son, and make him one of the ministers. That, by so doing, you and I will be able to beat our chest and say to ourselves that, yes, indeed, these people are working, but these people are not doing anything. They are just looking at us as if we don't know what we are doing. We have a lot of graduates in Nigeria here. A lot of people who can, you're talking about INEC. What's happened to most of our able political science students? A lot of graduates that study political science are there, but you cannot fetch them that job. But you are there giving jobs to people who are not even up to that, qualified to be in that position. All in the name of political compensation. All in the name that these are what you want to do. We are not happy anymore. Nigerians are sad. Nigerians in diaspora should hear us. We are not happy. Anybody that is supporting a bad government should always remember that anything bad will always go to himself. but we are not happy. These people should always know that in the next 4 years, the same politician will come to you pretending as if they are good people, but trading your ground, giving you whatever you needed, whatever that has been needed. But at the end of the day, after 4 years, they will disappear like somebody who has even not seen you before. So we are not very, very much happy with them. So they should go to this thing. TINUBU should be very, very careful on the kind of people he appointed to his cabinet. That is only my advice to him.
All right, thank you so
very
much. You guys are just concerned about today's judgment. You've not even appreciated King Gary for the guest.
I appreciate King Harry. I appreciate King Harry.
Okay.
I appreciate King Harry.
Right. Okay, you did. Okay.
Yes, I did. I appreciate King Harry.
Oh, well, we have a young lady here. Good morning. How
Good
you
morning.
doing?
Fine.
Yeah. What's your name?
Adiola.
Adiola. Wow. You have one or two things to say, right?
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Good morning to viewers. My name is Adiola. I just want to say that I'm a girl who is dropped out from school for 2 years now. My siblings aren't going to school. Only little job my mom is doing is what we're feeding on. There's nothing to do, like no job outside. And my siblings aren't going to school. I just need Bola Ahmed Tinubu to please help us make this country better. That this our country is full of milk and honey. Please help us use our resources to make us better in this country.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, madam.
And I'm here on behalf of all single mothers and children who don't have connection. The only connection we have is God. That please, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please help us come to our aid in this place.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. All right. That was a great one.
Mike,
Thank you so
no,
much.
give me time.
Oh, yeah, it's a live program.
I will finish time.
It's a live program.
Sis.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, we have
The
people
girl-
commenting
the girl
already.
spoke
It's a
so
beautiful girl. Tell the government the truth.
No, she made a point.
Yeah.
He says school fees for some of them that are attending private school is too hard. Then again, registration for WAEC is too hard. I didn't understand for parents this time around. So the girl, she made sense. Many various parents in Nigeria, are going through a lot this time around. Let me tell you, the economic situation of the country is too excruciating. Nobody is finding it easy this time around. That's why I'm telling you that this girl, I think she
We
will
have
go
7 justices
Seven
who will
justices.
decide the fate of TINUBU, ATIKU, and OBI today. Raphael, as a Nigerian, do you have hope in the judiciary?
Well, first and foremost, let me thank most of our viewers. Judiciary can never stop me from saying hi to these highly esteemed viewers. Mike, wait. King Henry, King Joe, Odunlade, Akim Olasupo, Kanu Abuba,
different from other presidents in the world. Nigeria is a special place, a unique place, not for good, but for bad. They are assembling right away now at the Supreme Court. The auditorium is filled up. Failure to spread sleeping tablets or drugs here today. Failure to infiltrate that court auditorium with substances that can induce sleep. The audience sleep until they are tired. See, don't expect justice now. They will read and read it until 8:30 p.m. If not 12 a.m. today. Because they know that what they are doing is not good. Why this sudden? Why by reflex action? Any action that is called reflex action is something that takes it by something. That's why they just had a meeting yesterday and come out with what? An announcement that the court is going to be held, the Supreme Court hearing ruling is going to be heard today. Because they are planning. It is a predetermined hearing ruling. It has been premeditated. I listen. They have managed today's judgment. We don't have truthful judges. Law in Nigeria has been a thing of shame. Shamelessness, shameful thing, shameful law in Nigeria. Any lawyer in Nigeria that is targeting to get to the position of stand is a thief. Because on getting to that position, he would have bagged and bagged. Ghana must go more than trillions and stockpile it for his next children. These people are witches and wizards. No, they cannot deliver. No.